of teaching learning, and that too at the higher education level. So we will have to discuss these skills, whatever are required, and how these skills they can be enhanced among the students. And not only that, we'll also have to see that our skills should also improve, because this is the initial stage of our, you can say, the journey in academics as a participant. So naturally, what is expected and what skills they are required, how they can be enhanced, and what we have to do in that respect. For this is the background in which we have to discuss. No doubt, 20th century, when we are talking about that, 1/4 of the century is going to pass within few months from now. So this caption, whatever we are still holding, because in 25 years, generally the next generation comes, and so many things they change during this period. So we will have to consider that what this turn of the century in India, we have started to think and discuss since 1985. So at that time, Rajiv Gandhi was the prime minister, and he used to discuss that, okay, what we have to be at the turn of the century. But unfortunately, he could not see that turn of the century. But his idea, his vision related to that was very much clear. And we know, most of you would have also seen that during his period, there was one person whom he brought from US. He was an Indian from Gujarat. His name was Satyam Pitroda, and popularly known as this Pitroda also. So this Sam Pitroda, due to this American, he was called like that. So he was brought on the technology mission, and he said that, okay, I have to serve this country because I have been, this is my country, I was born here. So I have to help this country, and we would like to change the technological situation, whatever we are having. So the technological mission that was brought by him. And we know him for the other reason also. And when Rajiv Gandhi told him that, okay, you have to take salary. So then he said that, okay, I will take, but it will be only 1 rupee. So he served for 1 rupee per month in this country, and he brought major changes. Whatever we are finding now, the root, you can say, the foundation that was laid during that time. And he was the main person behind that particular situation. So the technology has changed now. So many things have changed during this period, and the things are going to change further. It is not, because change is inevitable. Change is that which is going to continue every time. So situations will be different, and accordingly the changes they are going to take place. Naturally, the skills required, that will also change. Now see, in recent years we have seen that new education policy that has been brought in India, considering so many facts related with the past and the future. So what we have lost during the past and what we are envisaging in future, the new education policy that has been designed. And this policy is not only related with the primary education or secondary education, but it is also taking into account the higher education, research part of it, and what we are going to contribute to the world in general. So the new education policy, if you will see that document, you will find that it is a comprehensive document which talks about the different types of situations, whatever we will be facing in the coming period, and how our country is going to contribute in that way, and how we are going to lead the world in terms of education, in terms of a skill, in terms of whatever is required at the national and the international level. So the changes they are taking place. This education policy will also change in future. Maybe after 25 years or 30 years or 50 years, we will think that, okay, this policy should also be reconsidered. We have to re-envision that what situations are there and how they are going. So that will be the time, and the people of that time, they will think about that, considering the situations outside and within the country. So many factors, when we are going to make the policy, they are going to be taken into account. Now see, in case of these 21st century skills, we will see in terms of higher education, number one. We will also see in terms of the teacher and the taught relationship, whatever are required, what the skills are required. We will have to discuss about that. And not only this skills in terms of teaching, learning, it will be the life skills also, that what things are there. So many things will be overlapping, that is also true. but we will try to discuss in a manner that it will be easy for us to understand, and it will be easy for us to internalize sometimes, because the basic purpose of this type of orientation programs is that whatever situations are going on, we will have to have eye on that, and accordingly we will have to modify our own skills, and we will have to incorporate the changes whatever are expected from us time to time. So this is the background in which we will have to discuss the different type of skills. A few examples time to time I would like to give in between, so that we will be able to understand in a very simple manner that how these skills they are going to help us, and what we have done in past, what we are going to contribute in future. My scheme of presentation that will be like this. So the phase of presentation is skills in 21st century, skills required by the students, functions of college or university teachers, functions of students in higher education, then life skills, which has been given by WHO, and why I have taken this WHO life skills, that is important. And if time permits, I don't know, this numbering is not correct, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But so if time permits, then there is one very important letter which Abraham Lincoln has written to his son's teacher. Most of you may be knowing about that letter. A very comprehensive letter talking about what a teacher has to teach to their student. And a person, a father, who was a leading figure at his time, not only at his time, and he is being quoted for so many things till today also. And what was his vision related to his son's career, and most of the things they have been incorporated. If time permits, then I will be coming to that. Otherwise, I would I would like to see that most of the things related with the university teaching, university education, and all that. Now coming to this, the 21st century skills. See, this 21st century, this century is basically the information technology changes. The major leap which has taken place during this century is in terms of the information technology and its part. So I am coming to this. So there are some characteristics of the 21st century skills. First of all, I would like to tell you that these skills, whatever have been mentioned here, they are not completely exhaustive, but few of them I have tried to capture. Some I have left for some other part of it, and I would like to discuss them accordingly, because some things we will have to consider in that manner. So the some characteristics of 21st century skill. This is a skill which is required. That is, first of all, it is the critical thinking which has been placed here. Nowadays, we are talking in terms of this critical thinking, and you will be surprised to know that there is a course which has been introduced at the higher school level, where this critical thinking has been placed as one part of it. So now, how much important this has become. So in case of this, using knowledge, facts, and data to solve problems and make wise decisions, because the technology has improved and many things they have become possible for us to maintain, to retain, and to manipulate time to time. So here, in case of this critical thinking, basic thing is that we are going to use knowledge and facts, and they are related with the data to solve problems, to make wise decisions. Now, in case this the another skill which is there very much important, mainly you will find in case of IT sector, collaboration, because sometimes we find that the people are very much intelligent, and they are going to give you the solutions for very typical difficult type of problems in a very short period of time that will be workable also. But when you are going to ask that person that, okay, you have to work in a particular team, he is not comfortable in working with the team, and that creates problem, mainly in case of this business, because we have been the part of business teaching learning. So examples we have found that working in team work, that is not so simple, because when we are going to work in a particular team, we will have to adjust to the other people's ideas, to the other people's understanding. We have
Sir, you are not audible.
आवाज नहीं आ रही सर.
not audible there.
आवाज नहीं आ रही सर.
Sir, you are not audible.
Sir, I think you have muted yourself. सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
I think I am audible now.
Yes, sir. Audible, audible.
Thank you. This you have mentioned otherwise. Okay, so here I was here on this skill. So sometimes we find the people, they are very much intelligent, but okay, they are not comfortable working with the other people. And in that case, you will find that their utility to the development of certain things, that is undermined. So this collaboration is another skill which is required. Now see the third one, that is the creativity. Developing a mindset that is empowering and values learning. So in case of this creativity, so many things we consider. And one thing I would like to tell you about this creativity. In 1987, 88, we were the part of a faculty development program, just like you are here. We were at IIM Ahmedabad for the purpose of this FDP, faculty development program there. And there was one full course on this creativity at that time. And see, in that course, the faculty who wrote a book, and the name of the book was also very much typical. Its name was Fourth Eye. We know that, okay, we are having two eyes, and okay, as a human being, and most of the animals, they are also having two eyes. The third eye is called the eye of Shiva. So that is very strong eye. So we can see that is the third eye. Okay. And he wrote the book and he named that book Fourth Eye. And this book was popular at that time, and it was sold at the railway station also. There's the H.W. Wheeler's stalls also, that we could find that book. So he has placed this book like that. In that book, he mentioned about this creativity. So full book was related to that. And when he started to explain, he said that the fourth eye, which is also very much strong, it is the eye of creativity. So the individuals, those who are in the higher learning, they should be creative to their jobs, to the work, what situations are coming. And in case of business setup, they say that the creativity is very much important because it leads to innovation. So his idea was that, and he said that this creativity is such a situation in which we are going to develop ourselves. And he used to say that, okay, it is also the part of learning. And for learning, the psychologists say that it is environment driven. So learning that is, and it may depend on the type of environment in terms of development also. So highly developed countries and those who are the developing countries, the learning and all these things, they are not same. They are having this opinion based on their researches. So they used to say, so in this background, he used to say that, okay, creativity is very much important. And if you are going to create an environment in which the creativity that can be improved, it is going to help the student, the society, and the business. So I would like to discuss few things related to that at the later stage. So creativity, just say that, okay, this is a 21st century, the characteristics is related to that. So many things we are finding. In case of IT sector, most of the things we are finding that they have changed over a period of time. So many products which were very much popular at one time, we are not finding them in the market now, because some improved version of those things, they are also available. So now, and they have become obsolete. No one is going to use that. If any company is going to continue with the same, they are going to be, definitely they will be out of the market. We are having the example in case of Nokia as a company, one time which was the leading, which was the leader, market leader in case of this mobile technology. Now it is nowhere. So, and the creativity has given such a chance that so many other companies, they have come and they have incorporated many changes into that. So many things they have combined together in case of this smartphone nowadays. And this is a part, this has come due to the creativity which the people, they have involved into that. So this century is related to this creativity part. We are considering very typical type of situation which we are facing, and every day the things they are going to change, and we will also have to incorporate these changes in that case. Now see here the literacy. Earlier we used to say that, okay, well, the person is literate when he knows how to read, how to write, and how to speak. It is not only that much. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, okay, that is all also. But in current age, it has increased, it has developed to the next higher level. Those levels you will find that nowadays we say that, okay, one who does not know how to use this computer or mobile phone, a smartphone, okay, so their literacy is at question. So they are not electronically, you can say that literate in that case. Reading, writing, okay, that is a part of it. It is going to remain. And but not only this reading, writing, so many things, the technology which we are using, many people I have seen, those they do not know how to read and write, but they are very much comfortable with using this the smartphone, and they are going to see that what is there. They are going to listen to the different things which they are not able to read. So this literacy, that has the scope of this literacy, now we are finding that it has increased. Now see, the another important part is that it is not the learning which is going to stop at one stage. Learning that is to continue. So they say that, okay, it is a lifelong learning. So one should be capable, and one should try, and he should all the times consider the ability and this commitment to learn throughout the life. So this is another important part, because we know that technology changes. Accordingly, the things are going to change. You will find that the things are going to be out of the market. And if you have not learned how to deal with that, it will be difficult for you to handle it. Now see the leadership. This is another part, important skill, which is a part of this 21st century. The leadership skill that is also required. So that you will be able to, this leadership will be required in every field you will find it. Even it is a family as a unit. So the leadership is there. It may be the grandfather, or it may be father, or it may be mother, whatever is the situation. So the leadership, that is also required. It is an important skill. How to use these resources, whatever are available, whether it is human resource, or it is material resource, or any other type of resource which you are having. So the leadership in terms of that, the utilization of resources in that case. So this is another important skill which we consider. Adaptability. You have to adapt yourself. You should be, because the adaptability, if it is not there, it will be difficult for you to consider it. So we are considering that, okay, you will have to adjust yourself to the different challenges, to the different changes, whatever are taking place. So this is another important skill. Digital literacy, which I have already told you, it is very vital nowadays in case of our 21st century and its learning. So these are, now see, this is another way which has been placed here. So the 6 characteristics of 21st century learners. So these are from the learner side, okay, what are required in that case. So creativity and innovation, it is important in education as literacy, and we should treat it with the same status. So creativity, we have considered as collaboration and communication. We have to collaborate and we have to communicate with each other. Generally, we find that collaboration and communication, they are not so simple. And mainly in case of the efforts where the joint efforts are being required, this collaboration, communication, that becomes a problem. Critical thinking and problem solving, they have, because these things we have already considered. That's why I have tried to, okay, this is one way of understanding. We have so many things, they have been clubbed together. Now see the fourth point, which is important, the global citizenship. We say that, okay, the globe has become very small, and this smallness of this globe is due to the technological advancement and the communication system. So you can talk to any person in any part of the world, and instantly you will be getting so many information at your hand, and you will be communicating, you will be disseminating those information. So the global, you are, or the students, they should be trained that not only for this country, not only for this part of the country, but you should be a citizen of the globe, so that you will be able to adjust, you will be able to to listen to the others, you will be able to influence the others with your own knowledge, understanding, and all that. So global citizenship, this is another part, which is the learners, from the learner side, we have to consider the technology literacy, which I have told you, that the use of different type of information technology, the use of different type of media we are using. So the technology literacy and this lifelong learning. So it is not that, okay, this learning is going to stop at one stage. It is going to continue throughout your life. So till the end, when one is going to take his last breath, the learning is going to be there. He has got that type of situation when he is going to understand that. So here, if you are going to see these 6 skills, and earlier we have already discussed the 10 of them: collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and problem solving. They have been adjusted. Technology, lifelong learning. These are the different types, part which we have considered. Now see here, this has been placed in another manner. There are 7 skills which have been, and that's why there are 7 C's. So collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking, character. Now see here, there's another term which has been placed. That's why I have placed it here. The character. This is also important. The character we can see from different angle. Character of the individual, this is maybe one. Character of the country which we are going to have. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is a part of our character. We are going to adjust, we are going to adjust the others with us, we are going to adjust with the others also. That is the character. Then the citizenship, in case of this global citizenship, not only for our, we have to contribute to the world, to the betterment of the world. Then the computational thinking. This is also coming with the help of our information technology and its availability. So there are few items which have been included in case of this. The character is an important part. Computational thinking. That, okay, you are going to use different type of data. You are going to place them. You are going to adjust them. You are going to show in different forms. So this is the other type of a skill which is also required in case of this. The people who are going to be in the field after some time, we will have to see that, okay, the students, they are going to have these type of skills with them: creativity, character building, the citizenship, the global citizenship for that matter, the computational thinking. So this is another way of considering that, which we are considering. Now see here, this is another way. I am going to skip this because many things are there. Here the last point, 7th one, that is the career learning. See here, when we started our job, we said that, okay, I am in the job of teaching, okay, at the university level. So we will be teaching the students of this graduation, post-graduation, and the research scholars will be doing that. So career at that time was simply, okay, we have to teach, we have to guide research, and for our promotion also. So at that time, what was in our career? It was lecturer, reader, professor, finish. Our career was just like that. Most of our teachers, those who joined as a lecturer, they remained as lecturer in the university, and they could not get the chance to become reader and the professor. We have seen so many faculty members. Maybe they joined late, but they remained at the position of this lecturer. But it is not possible now. We are finding that, okay, the career opportunities are there, promotion schemes, they have come. Then this career advancement scheme, for example, without post, your career is going to advance. So your career learning. Now, in case of technology, we are finding that the people, they are not going to remain with one company. They are going to change from one company to the other company. Today, they are working in Accenture. You will find that, okay, they are working tomorrow in Deloitte or KPMG or BCG. So the different companies. It may be they were in Infosys, now they are in Wipro. So they were in the Mahindra Tech and they are now in TCS. So the career, so they know that, okay, where is my career? What I would like to be after 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years? Where have I to be? So the career learning, that is also important. I have joined the job now. I am getting this much of salary. My position is this. I have to become within 5 years the team lead. Okay. And if I am not getting this chance here, I will be switching over my job. So now the question is that what is the position of this loyalty? Because in management, we used to talk about this loyalty. So you should be loyal to your organization. But this loyalty can be questioned here. They will say that no, till I am working with you, I am loyal to you. And once I am going to leave, I am going to join another company, I will be loyal to them. No, okay, of course. I am not going to stay, I am not going to divulge whatever secrets you are having. That is my priority. That is my proprietary. I am not going to do that. I am going to ensure this. But I am not going to remain with you because my career is somewhere else. So this career learning, that is also important. Now you are finding the days have changed so much. Earlier, the placement, that was we were having only the placement cell. And what was the job of this placement cell at that time? They used to take the biodata of the student. They used to call some companies that, okay, we are having such type of a student. And if you are having job for that, now it is not the placement cell. It is the career and counseling cells. They have been developed in the university. UGC is financing the career and counseling. So they are going to counsel you where is your core competence. They will be identifying that. They will be telling you that. Earlier, this was not the case. If you are having some teacher, you are close to him, he is going to discuss with you, you are going to put your problems before him, you have to say that, okay, you should do this. But now we are having a professionally trained, the competent person with whom if you are going to interact, this is their job. They will have to counsel our students. So the career learning, career counseling, this is another skill which is required, and that is to be found and that is to be given to the students in our case. Now see here. No, I am skipping. This, yes, please.
फोन देख रही है अच्छा मना
Yes.
ऐसे बता दो
Now see here, the 21st century is
चिपक जाता है अभी देखो हाथ पे चिपक रहा है ब्लू बर्ड सा ये चीज बच्चों को अच्छी लगती है मगर ये चीज अच्छी नहीं होती हमारे ना पहली बार मिली
please mute your mic.
लेकिन हम खा के बच्चों को दिखाते हैं जो बच्चे देखो ये भी खाना सब चीज
please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Now this has been grouped into
Yes, sir. Please.
This 21st century skills, they have been grouped into 3 main areas, and these main areas, learning and innovation skill. Why we have done that? We have all the lists and so many things we have considered. See, in case of teaching, basic thing is that whenever we are going to teach, we want to make them in a different type of groups, or we are going to make simple. So there are so many things we are going to put in the group so that our understanding that should be made easy. So here the points are mostly same, but they have grouped in the 3 categories of skills. So first one is the learning and innovation skill: critical thinking, problem solving, communication, collaboration, creativity, and innovation. These parts we have already considered. They have been placed in one category, that is related with the learning and innovation. Another one is the digital literacy skill, which I have told you that, okay, the changes have taken place and the information technology, communication technology, they have changed. So information literacy, media literacy, information communication technology, ICT, all these things. So the literacy related with the digital part, this is another category. Career and life skill. So flexibility and adaptability, initiative and self-decision, social and cross-cultural interaction, productivity, accountability. These are the different skills related with your career and the life. Many of these skills are also identified the key qualitative. We have already considered that. Now see here. Oh no, I am coming to the another part. I should skip that. See here. The one study was conducted by Lenhard and Madden, and they could find that more than 1/2 of all teens, this is of US study, have created media content, and roughly 1/3 of teens who use the internet shared content they produce, including a high degree of involvement in participatory culture. So this is one study where the teenagers of that country, they have created their own media. Now we are finding in our country also, we are creating so many things. AI has come now, so it is going to give you the edge in that case. So such digital literacy emphasizes the intellectual activities of person working with a sophisticated information communication system. So this is one study where we are finding that the younger people, they are now involved in developing that type of content, which is going to help, which is going to enhance understanding of the individual and the others, those who are going to interact with that. So this is, now see here, this is one association, Association of American College and Universities, ASU. This has conducted the study, and their members in 2007, they recommended that graduates of higher education attain 4 types of skills. Now from here we are going to concentrate that the type of skills which are required at the student level and the teacher level, and then after I will try to discuss it. The essential learning outcomes: knowledge of human culture and physical and natural world. They conducted several studies and survey of the members in 2007. They have improved at the later stage also. But the 4 types of skill they could identify: knowledge of human culture and physical and natural world. Now see here, in case of this human culture, if we are going to our Indian system, we are such an old culture that so many things over a period of times we have missed in between. We are having records of that, and so many records we are not having at this time, because our culture is such an old, and Indus Valley civilization and all that we are finding. So knowledge of human cultures, that is very important, and from our childhood we have been taught about that. So in Indian case, if the Indian culture or human culture you are going to consider, if we are going to study even in Indus Valley civilization itself, so many things are there, so many changes have taken place during this period, that we will be in future also, we will be in a position to guide the world, because we have developed so many things which the other countries they are not having. They have not passed through that particular type or that particular type of culture, whatever we have got it. So our students, they by the design itself, or you can say by having its own culture of such an old period, they understand the things in a completely different manner as the other people. But they have identified in their own country that knowledge of human cultures, this is important. Physical and natural world. In case of this physical and natural world, so the environmental factors we have to consider, that what are the things which are available, because the geography has decided, and they have already divided the total globe in different regions and all that, and the physical features of those regions, they have been identified. Researches, they are still going on. Changes are also taking place in environment, and so many things are there. So the physical and the natural world. So this understanding, essential learning outcome that is required in this case. So that there are people, if you are going to talk to them that, okay, there is a problem of sustainability. Some people will say that what this sustainability you are talking about, have you not thought about this sustainability 50 years before? When the economics teachers, they used to say that we have to exploit the natural resources to its maximum. Now you are saying sustainability, so that we have to leave the natural resources for the coming generations. So within 50 years, so much change that has taken place in our understanding. So but we have to understand that global warming is there. Okay, greenhouse effects are there. Many changes they are taking place. What will happen in future? Our understanding should be there with that also. We may be learning literature, we may be learning physics, chemistry, or mathematics, biology, and all that. But at the same time, we will also have to learn that, okay, what is the physical condition, what is the natural condition of the world, what are the different type of cultures which are in use. So essential learning outcome that is required. And see, if you are going to see our NEP document, you will find that these things, they have been addressed properly. So the human culture, physical, natural resources, and the environment related to that. Then intellectual and the practical skills. Naturally, this is very important. So this is another important skill which is required learning outcome, that is your intellectual capability and the practical skills. Okay, how are you going to handle a particular situation? So in that case, the practical conditions, they have to be taught to them, and we should be the part of that type of teaching learning. So their intellectual capabilities, they should also improve their practical skill. That okay, and this, in case of the practical skill, the very important part which they say is that you should give them so much of confidence in whatever they understand, that they are going to take decision based on that. So the practical skill is that information, whatever are available, based on that, what practical problems are there and how these problems they can be solved with the limited resources in terms of time, in terms of financial resources, and other resources. So how to handle that? There's a practical skill that is also required. In case of this, the personal and social responsibility. In case of personal, so many things are there. For example, okay, one should learn how to cope with the stress. It is a personal type of a skill that is required, because the stress is always there. And nowadays we say that out of 5 people in India, 1 person is having the psychological problem with him, which is leading to the physical problems. So the one study that would found during this period. So the personal skill. So this is essential learning. So you have to handle that. And what are the social responsibilities which we have to take into account? Society we have not to ignore. Okay, we have to develop ourselves. Sometimes we are self-centered, because as an individual, we are most of the times we are thinking about ourselves only. We are not considering about the other. But the social responsibility we will have to shoulder. And every society, no matter whatever advanced one is, every society is having the disparity. There will be some poor people, there will be some rich people, there will be super rich persons also in the society. How these poor people, they should adjust themselves under this condition, and how as an individual we have to shoulder that responsibility, what we have to contribute. Earlier we were having so many things during this period we could find. Teach this, you have to teach one, okay. So that means you have learned something, you should teach the another one. Each one, teach one. We were having this type of caption, so that the people who are not reaching to the formal education, they should get education. So if you have learned something, if you have got the education, try to give it to them. This is a part of the society. Society has contributed to you in your learning. So you have to give it back to the society. So to whom we are going to give? Those who are not having that. So we should try for that. This is our social responsibility. Many social responsibilities are there. We have to protect our environment. This is also our social responsibility. We have to contribute to the society in a positive manner. That is our responsibility. We will have to. So this part will have to, this learning that has to be developed. Integrative learning. So here in this case, all these things, they have to be integrated. So the individual learning, social learning, the media-based or the information technology-based, they will have to be integrated. So this is American Association of Colleges and Universities. Their researchers have identified this. Then they could find the skill most widely addressed in the college and university. They are like this. So if we are going to see this, you will find that the most of the skills which we have already considered earlier. Writing, okay, we are finding that. But in case of writing nowadays, what we are finding, recently there is one video which we could get from IIM Ahmedabad. One student, he used this ChatGPT and he prepared his assignment, and he got A++. And it was not done by him. He has simply written, and the ChatGPT that has given that result. And on the basis of that, he could get it. So now we are finding that, okay, so many criticism are coming. What is the contribution of that individual? He has written certain things, and then after he got it with the help of the support of technology, and he could get that much of a score. So where is this writing skill that is being questioned now? That this writing skill that is also coming down from time to time. But they say that, okay, most widely addressed in the college and the university. This writing skill in the university and the colleges, we are finding, we are giving the students our assignments. Okay, you have to write an essay on this. So that's what the purpose. The purpose is that, okay, the student should read, and then after he should understand, he should assimilate the things, he should conclude, he should write it, he should write in his own words. Then you are going to check as a teacher, and you can find that, okay, where the mistakes he has committed in terms of language, in terms of use of the different words, in terms of sequencing, many things are there. So in case of writing, this is another skill which they could find. The goals are like that. Critical thinking, of course, you will have to, the data are available, so you should go for that. Then the quantitative reasoning. So different information are there. We are getting the result. For statistics, we say that, okay, if you are going to put the data in your SPSS, or you are going to put in your Excel sheet, and you are going to ask that, okay, what is the mean, or what is median, or what is mode, whatever data you are going to put, it is going to give you the result. But the quantitative reasoning, you will have to check how far that is correct and how far it is. So the understanding of that, the interpretation of that, that should also be. So this is, they could find that, okay, most widely addressed skills which are there. The quantitative reasoning, interpretation, different type of statistical tools and techniques at the higher level we are using in our researches, and the interpretations we are going to make. If you are going to ask the student, okay, you are having this path analysis, you are having this structure equation modeling, we are using in case of marketing research, and in case of financial researches also. So these are the statistical tools which have been developed. So they will be giving you the result, okay, 0.75, 0.92, something like that. The results are coming. And they will be interpreting the results in terms of, okay, what is AGFI, GFI, there are different terminologies. So many people, those who are from statistics, they may be understanding that. But those are coming from literature of the other side, they may not be having that idea. But so I'm not going to say that, okay, about it. But see here in the quantitative reasoning, we have to understand that whatever quantification we are going to do, we have to understand that, okay, what is this result and how it can be interpreted. So this is another skill which is oral communication, very important. See here, most of the time we will have to, as a teacher, that is our basic job, oral communication, very important for us and for the student also, much more important. Why? Because they have to communicate in the group. If suppose they become manager, for example, so they will have to, whatever ideas they are having, they will have to put before the audience, before the board, before the management committee. They will have to, and the oral communication, that will become important. In case of this oral communication, the selection of word, intonation, how are you going to say that, and in what manner, your body language, and all the most of the things. In case of this, we are going to consider the oral communication, which is going to encompass so many factors related to that. So the verbal communication and the communication, very important. The intercultural skills. Okay, see this intercultural skill we are saying, and in case of this adaptability, that is very much important. So in the and this
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
Sir, you are not audible.
Hello.
Sir. No.
Sir, not audible, sir. Hello.
Not audible, sir.
I think participants, I think there is any problem because neither he is audible,
Not
nor he
audible,
is
sir.
visible, nor he is visible. So I am calling to
assistant professor या associate professor या assistant professor.
Audible,
उनका
sir.
जो भी हो.
He is not, sir.
तो हमारे ड्रामा के बारे में जानने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तो ध्यान रखना क्योंकि और लोग हमारी क्लास में आ सकते हैं। डराना और वो पीछे देखो। कोई भी नहीं है।
बेवकूफ बना दिया।
हमारी मदद के लिए यहाँ पर कोई भी नहीं आया पता।
टेक्निकल इशू है अभी, नेट चला गया।
हाँ ठीक है, टेक्निकल इशू participants, is technical issue, so please wait.
आवाज नहीं आ रही सर।
आ रही आवाज?
बिल्कुल
आवाज आ
सर,
गई
बिल्कुल
सर,
आ रही
आवाज आ
है,
गई सर।
बिल्कुल आ रही है।
It is also visible now. Yes, sir. Okay now.
We were here, and because there was internet disconnection due to that. This is a intercultural skill, information literacy, ethical reasoning. So this is also that what is ethically correct, what is not. We have to consider that very important part, because so many things which we are finding that mostly the things they are same everywhere. But sometimes we say that okay, in one particular framework we can say that okay, this is good, this is not good. So this ethical reasoning, anything which we are going to decide, that should be based on our moral understanding, and they should be the part of our ethics. So these are the skills which are required, and they have been quite researched, and they have been placed here. Now see here, in 2015, because this was in 2007, this study was conducted. In 2015, they have improved that. Institution added the following goals: analytical reasoning. So here it is in case of analytical, we consider that okay, we are going to see each and every part of any situation, and then we are going to identify that what reasons are behind them. Very important part which now see within 2005, 7 and 15. So what is the new skill which is required now? The research skill and the projects. Very important part for the educational institutions. They could find that the research skill that is important. That's why what happens due to this research skill and its enhancement, we are going to have different type of projects. So the students, we are asking them to prepare to write the dissertation. A small project, of course, where the statistical tools, they may not be of higher level, but they should know how to start their work, how to start the research, and how to collect data, how to analyze them, simple type of bar diagram or pie diagram or like that, how to use the different packages, for example. So the research skill and the different projects, the small projects, okay, you have to identify, okay, who are using, because in case of marketing, the projects we use to give that, okay, prepare the profile of the students who are using this type of pen, for example. One time there was one pen which was very much popular, Renault 045. Those at your earlier stage of student life, you would have used that particular pen, use and throw, that type of pen we were having, the lead pen. So who are the people who are using that? So profiling of that. So the student, they used to prepare that, okay, they used to go to the hostel, collect data, they ask question, for how long are you using, and okay, are you comfortable with that? So many small type of projects, research skill to enhance that. So this is another important part which they have incorporated. There's a research skill that is also one important component. Integration of learning across the different disciplines. Now see here, This has well accepted in our NEP also. Now you are finding that they have given you option that if you are doing your engineering or you are doing medical and you are interested in philosophy, okay, you can go to the philosophy department, take one course in philosophy. You are interested in the Western philosophy, Indian philosophy, or you can take that. So, okay, you want to study the theology of different religion, okay, you can study that. You may be a doctor, you may be an engineer, you may be a management professional, you may be doing these type of courses, but the option is available. So learning across disciplines, integration of learning. Then you are going to integrate that. What things are new and how are you going to out of box thinking that will be coming. So some ideas you are going to have from the ancient philosophers. So you have studied about Aristotle, you have studied about Socrates and all that, and their philosophy, and then how you are going to see how far it is going to, they are being used nowadays, or in what manner we have. So the integration of learning across the different disciplines. Literature is one important part which we are considering. Gradually, we have seen that the people, they have left reading different type of literature, because in case of this literature in India, we are finding the things have changed so drastically during last 50 years or so, that those magazines which were very much popular at one time, for example, Illustrated Weekly of Hindustan, of Times of India, one time its circulation was 4 lakh copies in India per week. You can imagine. And this was an English magazine. So it was a weekly, Illustrated Weekly was its name. And Khushwant Singh, that he was its editor at that time. The Times of India group. Where is this magazine? Nowhere. It is not being published now. So we are finding that, okay, so many things have changed. In that magazine, we used to get the political news, we used to get the different other news, and at the same time, there was few stories also, which were written by the story writers. So many magazines were published at that time. Now we are not finding that. The readership that has come down. And the readers are also not having that much of time. They are having mobile phones, so they are going to listen to they are going to see the videos, they are going to see the different type of news channels on the mobile phone. Where is the time for reading the magazine? So the purchase of magazine, the publication of magazine, that has been stopped. Many publications were coming from the government of India itself, because we are having the from the Ministry of Information Broadcasting. They used to publish that. Radio was one time very much popular. At that time, when the radio was popular and this the TV was not the household item, in one village hardly one TV, or in one mohalla one TV, that was sufficient. Otherwise, radio used to be there. And you will be surprised to know that the All India Radio, they used to publish weekly magazine. In the name of, in Hindi, it was coming Akashwani, and in Urdu also it was, the name of the magazine was Awaz. And they used to publish 4 stories in Awaz, those which were already were on the air during the last last month or so. 4 stories they used to go, and we used to read that. And the full program of the next week, that was placed on that month. Now we are not finding. Where is Awaz? We are not finding. Naya Daur was one magazine we used to get from the UP government, so the government publication, and the price was hardly 50 paise. Very heavy magazine, price 50 paise, because it was coming from the government. So many schemes of the government, they were placed in that. Stories, short stories, poetry, and all that. They were there in that case. Now we are not finding. So learning across discipline, the integration of learning, things are changing. Now we are not getting that type of people that, okay, like Krishna Chandra is going to write short stories. We are not getting that. We are not getting the people, many whom we used to read in Hindi, the Sarika and the Niharika. These were magazines which we used to study at that time. So now the third one was like this. They have added, see, this is another important part. Application of learning beyond the classroom. So it is not that, okay, everything you are going to get from the classroom. You should be encouraged. The students should be encouraged to learn many things outside of the classroom. Whatever is of their interest. So, okay, they should study outside of that. There are different type of books which are being published. There's still that book publication that is going on. Bestsellers are also available at the international level. The different type of prizes are also being given. Booker's Prize and this prize, that prize. We are getting that. Nobel Prize, okay, of every year that is being given. So the literature, it is application of learning beyond the classroom. Those who are interested in literature, they should read that. Many books, they are coming in case of this motivational writings, you will find. So they are writing about that. The books are coming in that particular form. Many books we are getting nowadays also. That they are going to help us in understanding how the world is going, how the world is moving. What are the things which are new, which are not being taught in the classroom, but they are the part of our society. So application of learning beyond the classroom, that is also important. Civic engagement and the competence. So in case of the civic engagement, they say that, okay, we should be contributing to the society, the civic part of that. Sometimes we are helping the mohalla, you can say, the rural area. We could find the different colleges when we go for this NAC accreditation. Then in that case, we used to see that, okay, what is outreach program of that particular college or the university. So civic engagement, okay, we are going to teach in the rural area. We are going to, we have seen many colleges, they used to go for this Prabhat Ferry in one locality. Okay, so they used to go for 1 week or 15 days, the students, the teachers, and they used to have the engagement with the local people. And the local people, they were trained that, okay, what is hygiene, how to help that. So engagement in the civic engagement and the competence related to that. So these are the different skills which have been identified, no doubt. The study was conducted in US, but now the world has become so small. Most of the things, they travel very fast to us. And from our side also, they are going to travel to the other part. Very frequently we are getting there. Now see here, leave it. Now see, very simple. Coming to this, my understanding about this is that when we join as a teacher, as a lecturer in the college or the university, basically we try in the beginning that we should be a good teacher. Why? Because our understanding is that once you are being recognized as a good teacher, then your acceptance in the department, in the university, in the society, that will be better than a person who is not being recognized like that. So our main thrust is on teaching, and very good teaching in the classroom. And we try to do that. And for the purpose of doing it, we are going to put many hours with our books, with the notes, with the PPT and all that nowadays. And then we are going to explain the things to the students. So what happens after 2 or 3 years, our concentration, our focus is only on the teaching part, that I have to be a very good teacher. I am giving you a few examples related to this. AMU is having quite good number of hostels, and the AMU culture, those who are the part of this university, they know that the culture of this AMU is basically based on the hostel and its living. Earlier, our system was that it used to be the cosmopolitan culture of the hostel. That means one person is from zoology, he is doing BSc zoology, other one is doing BSc BCom, other one is doing MA Urdu, and so it was a cosmopolitan. So what actually used to be that interaction with the different people we used to get. Sometimes we used to get information from one engineering college department. I would not like to name that department. The student used to say that, okay, he is a very popular teacher, okay, and he is known very much in this particular field, but he is a white elephant. We used to ask that, what is this? You are appreciating at one end, and at the same time you say that he is a white elephant. So he used to say that, no, he is a very good teacher, And his publications are very good. In the international journals, he is being published. But as a teacher, he is a very weak teacher. He is not able to deliver the things. So we used to listen about this type of conditions in so many departments. A teacher is very popular, publication very good, but in terms of delivery, oh, very poor. So what happened due to that? Once we join, we try that, okay, I have to become a good teacher first of all, so that the students should not say like this, that, okay, he's a white elephant or he is not that much good and all that. So generally, it happens in the beginning of our career, we are going for that, okay, I have to do that. Very good, no problem. This is our basic job. We have to do that. And we should be proof, we should be accepted by the student. Very nice. But we are going to underestimate, and sometimes we are going to lose sight of the second point, that is research. The university system, higher education, these two things are equally important. One is the teaching, which is the dissemination of knowledge. Another one is the research, which is the creation of knowledge. Without creation, dissemination not possible. So in higher education, the creation of knowledge, and that will be done with the help of researchers. So here in this case, the researchers in case of the universities or in the colleges, we are finding that generally in the beginning of our career, we are not giving that much of importance to that. We concentrate more on teaching. And after some times when we are comfortable with teaching, we forget about the research also. We say that, okay, I am fine with my student, there is no problem, and whatever I am teaching, it is all right, acceptable to the student. But if we are not creating knowledge, naturally, the knowledge what we are having, that will become obsolete one day. So the creation of knowledge, the research part, that should not be underestimated as a college and university teacher. In case of school teaching, of course, they are not related to that. They have to disseminate, basic thing is there. But the creation of knowledge, the research, that is to be undertaken by our faculty members. So very important function which the university teachers, they have to undertake. And for that, they will have to guide. So conducting and guiding research, this is one. And for this creation of knowledge, you have to take the research project. Because these researches, they cannot be conducted without finances. Because you will have to collect data, you will have to put time for that, you will have to visit different places if you are going for this primary data. In case of secondary data also, nowadays, okay, due to technological advancement, most of the data we have, secondary data we are getting at our end from the different sources, government publications, agencies are available. But if you have to devote time, you will have to prepare the report, you will have to conduct the project you will have to undertake, the analysis you will have to do. So the research project one has to take. The research projects, they are being financed from the UGC also. In case of social science, it is ICSSR, that is. In case of historical research, the history people, they are getting for the historical. So there are many societies, many agencies are there. So the research projects we will have to undertake. It may be short-term project, it may be a minor project, it may be major project. It may be for a few years where the surveyor will be appointed. You will be given this chance that you can appoint the surveyor and he will be helping you, and you can select person who is comfortable in a statistical analysis and all that. So the research project is depending upon that. The publication is another important part. Nowadays, we are finding that because if the publications are not there, promotion is difficult. So at every stage, they are going to ask you that what is the, this is a basic requirement of a publication. For example, when we were to be promoted, then they said that, okay, what have you done after becoming reader to become professor? So minimum requirement was that 5 papers should be published. At least there should be 5 papers. They should have been published in the referee journal and all that. So quality of journal, and they used to do that. So this publication, that is important. And in case of this publication nowadays, it is not simply publication. It is the quality publication that is required. There are different type of agencies which are involved in that. For example, there is a Scopus. So The journal which is being listed on a Scopus, we said that, okay, they are the higher level, higher quality journal. So our publication should be in the Scopus listed journal. Very good. We are, our UGC, that was also having this care list. So the research scholars, the younger colleague, they used to place their publication in the care list. Nowadays, we find that the care list that has been withdrawn by the UGC. I don't know, they may be placing some other list or so, but presently they have withdrawn that. But this is a minimum level of acceptability or the quality that used to be considered, that okay, if it is being published in the care list journal, it is all right, it is fine. So quality publication, that is why quality publication we are saying, because publication and its quality, if it is being cited by the other researchers, so the citation index, that is also coming in during this period. So the quality publication, this is also our job. We have to go for this. Quality publication will be when we are going to conduct the research, we are going to undertake the research project, when we are going for the guiding our research scholars. So in that case also, but in case of research scholars also, that is not being considered that high level of quality in that case, because that is a part of learning. So, but the quality publication is another important part. So these up to 4, if you are going to see, they are basically related with our academics part, and we have to concentrate on that. But other than that, all the times we are not related only with this. We are also going for this administration. For example, you will have to become the warden of the hostel. Okay, you have to become the in charge of games. You have to become the in charge of the cultural program. Different type of administration are there. You may be the controller of examination, controller of admission, registrar sometimes. Then proctor is there. DSW, many positions are there depending on the type of university. In our university being residential, we are having provost, we are having warden, DSW, proctor, registrar, finance officer, all these things are there. So administration part. And in most of these, we find that the teachers are being involved because it is being considered. Still, we are considering that, okay, that teachers, okay, they are honest people, they are considerate people, they are taking care of the students. So administration part, that is also important. We have to undertake that. If you are not taking under administration, for example, then what will happen tomorrow? The vice chancellor will be required. Where from the will they come? They are the part of this. They have been developed according to that. So the vice chancellors of the university, the pro vice chancellor, and the other positions, they will be coming from there. So administration is another important part which we have to undertake. And many faculty members at the higher level, they join as a vice chancellor. They try to get that, and sometimes they are being offered also. Now the situation has changed. We have to apply for that. Otherwise, earlier it was offered that, okay, you have been offered to become vice chancellor of this particular university. We have to do that. Now they are saying that, no, you have to apply. So depending upon the different type of university. But administration is also important part. As a faculty at the university level and the college level. These are co-curricular activities. Whatever co-curricular activities are there, you will have to be the part of that. Games, sports, culture, literature, and all that. Now see, the 7th point is very important. We are completely missing at this stage. Generally, our younger colleague, they are not giving that much of time for this extra reading. Classroom teaching, for that, textbook, notes, all this PPT and all this we are doing. But the extra reading, that is important. It is going to develop the personality of the individual. Whatever is your liking, you are going to, what extra reading you will be doing. Whatever you like, you are going to read that. So it may be you are a teacher in the engineering college or you are a teacher in medical college, but you are interested in literature, so you are going to read that, the literary books. Maybe you are going to read the Premchand stories. Fine, no problem. So the extra reading that should be there. You want to give this motivational lecture. Okay, so you should read about. You want to develop the entrepreneurs among your students. Okay, the entrepreneurial skill. So you should study about that. What these entrepreneurial skills are there, how they have been, how the different entrepreneurs they have developed. Sorry. So this part is there. Extra reading, that is also important as a part of our job. Generally, we are missing that. We have to spare some time for that. There are many people we are finding that, okay, they are in some field, but they are writing poetry, very good poetry they are writing, short stories they are writing, some columns they are writing. So this type of, and where from they are writing? They are, first of all, they are going to read it. And then on the basis of that, they are going to develop the certain type of literature and all. So function in the university, college teachers, these are the important part. Now see, come to our students. Function of students in higher education. Now see here, first thing is that they will have to register, because the choices are available now. So you may be doing your BCom, so accounting is there, economics you are doing, business organization, you have studied management, you have studied, fine. But you are going to study the history of India, the ancient history of India. So you are going to register yourself in the history department. So the registration in the courses of one choice. Something are given, you have to go for that. As a BCom student, okay, all right. As a literature student, okay, these are the literary persons and their contribution you have to study. You may be studying Allama Iqbal, Mirza Ghalib and all that. In case of Urdu literature, some poetry and all. You may be going for that. You may be studying different type of novels written during period. But at the same time, if you are interested in English literature, you are interested in French literature, okay, you can go and you can join that. You are interested in history, political science or sociology. So the registration, the course of one's choice. Preparation for the forthcoming classes, very weak student we are finding in this case. We are giving them the scheme, we are giving them that, okay, this is a syllabus which we have to cover during this period. Today I have taught this, tomorrow the next class I will be teaching this. So you should come prepared. That means you are having the textbook, you are having the different master degree. So you are having the different type of journal articles have been cited, and you should read that. Generally, we find that the students are not coming even after giving, okay, that what is going to be taught today, what are the different points on that. Just looking into the book and we're going through that, what points are there. Even that we are not doing, our students are not doing, but this is required. Function of the students in higher education, preparation for the forthcoming classes. Generally, we find in case of these institutes, for example, I am giving an example from this IIM Ahmedabad. They are giving you on the daily basis that today's this paper will be there. This is the article from this Harvard Business Review or any other journal, and this is the case study. So along with that, so you have to study both the journal article plus the case, and the students will have to discuss among themselves. The role of the teacher, they are not calling themselves teachers, they call themselves instructor. The role of the instructor out of 70 minutes is that for 50 minutes he is going to listen to the discussion of the student. So the preparation is at its highest level in case of the institutes where the case-based method of teaching is used. So in that case, we are finding that, okay, the case-based method is not only in case of management, because before management, the case-based method is in medical science. Case-based method of teaching is there in the law, because the decided cases are there, which are being discussed under different conditions. So the preparation for the forthcoming classes, generally in case of university system, we find that they are very weak. They are not doing that. We will have to inculcate this type of habit in them, that, okay, they should come prepared before going to the, because it is going to make them easy to understand the things. So attending class and attending laboratory practical classes, very important part is that they should not 75% attendance, and sometimes they are under different conditions, it is being reduced, okay, under pressure sometimes under different conditions, okay, we are going to reduce that. Academic council is going to reduce, vice chancellor on her or his own going to reduce that. So this part we are going to the library for preparation of notes and all. So that is another important part, that we are going to the library, because we now in India we have been the part of that. We are going to the library when we have to prepare for the examination. We are not going for the knowledge. We are going for the examination preparation. Okay, we have to prepare the notes. We have to read 2, 3 books, and then after the gist of those books, we are going to prepare. And then after memorizing them, we are going for the examination, and we should get a good grade for that. So library we are not using for, because the library is having n number or n type of books are available in the libraries. The readers are very less. They are not going to make use of that. So this is a situation which we are finding. But in case of higher education, use of library is very important, because without that, it is not possible. You have to appear for the sessional and the terminal examination, which is very important. Reading course material and the books of general interest. This is another. So the course material, whatever are there, or the textbooks are there, that will have to be. So that is a part of your regular. But the books of general interest, because now this is a competitive world. So without that, without competition, jobs are not available. You have to prepare for competition, because number of persons who have graduated, they have increased. Positions are less. So the competition is there. If you are better than the other, you will be getting it. It is not just passing the exam. You have to compete. You have to show that you are better than the other. So there is a competition. The preparation for the competitive examination, this is also the part of our educational life. It is not that, okay, I am going to do my BCom or BA or BSc, then after I will be doing my master degree, then after I will think that, okay, whether I should go for this research, I should go for to start my business or something like that. It is not like that. You have to decide that what will be your career, and accordingly you will have to do that. So competitive examinations, they are very important. In case of, because the nature of competitive exam, they are also changing time to time. Now we are finding this is MCQ. So this MCQ during 80s, that was not that much popular. At that time, okay, you had to appear the full length question, and then after the complete examination, they used to be there. So now the situation has changed. We are having marking system also, this OMR sheet, and so many the technological support that has improved, and we are finding that. But the student, they will have to prepare for the competitive exam, and the teachers, they should encourage them for that, and they should mentor them, they should help them. So the games and sports very important, because healthy brain in healthy mind in the body, that is very important. So the games and the sports to make the person physically, mentally fit and alert, this is also required. All the times, you should not think about only reading and the classes and all that. It should be enjoyment also. It is not that, okay, he will be going to play for India and is going to in the national team, or it is because physically the person should be fit, so that any type of disease, if it is coming, so the immunity system that should be supporting to him. Debate and cultural program, very important part is that, because it is going to give them this oral communication, and to face the audience, how to face them, how to talk to the audience. So the debating part, the cultural program, different type of cultural programs we are having. The fine arts are there, and the poetry and the drama and skits and mime, pantomime, many types of things which we are finding. So they should participate in that. So it is going to improve their personality. Presentation, of course, whatever they are going to do, they should go for this presentation. And now this technology is supporting us. We are going to prepare the PPT, and we are making presentation based on that. In case of PPT, also different type of designs we are going to have, different type of color, and so many things we are going to add to that. So presentation, the skills related with the presentation, preparation for the presentation, all these things the student nowadays, this is very much required. When the student, they are going for in the boardroom, and they have to make the presentation for the future program and all that. So they should know how to do that, how to make the things in their favor. The presentation part is there. Recreation, of course, it is important. Now for recreation, the time has changed. Now we are not finding those type of picture halls as we could. We have enjoyed at that time. There's so many movies we have seen. Sholay for many times, Mughal Azam for many times. We have seen Trishul many times. Amitabh Bachchan film, I don't know how many times we have seen that. Now those picture halls are not available. We find that, okay, they are not on the ground now. So they have been converted into the supermarkets and the malls and all that. Recreation, okay, that should be the part, that should be there with them, because it is going to rejuvenate their energy when they are going to be away from their daily course, and they should have, and they should enjoy sitting with their friends, talking to them, giving their own reaction, and all these things. So recreation in terms of different forms we are having, this should also be there, the part, and the students should go for that. So when we are going to consider these two things, functions of college and university teachers, what they have to do and what the students have to do. Therefore, now see here, I am coming to this, the last part of this presentation, the 10 core life skills laid down by WHO. Self-awareness, very, you can say, hardly we are going to do that, but WHO says that these are the life skills. You should know your weaknesses, you should know your strength. In our business terminology, we say that what is your core competence? You should know that. And where you are weak, that as a student, you should also know about it. Where you are weak, you should try to get away with that weakness. And where you are having the strength, try to enhance that particular strength. Some are very good in communication skill, some are very weak in that. So consider that. So self-awareness is very important. Then empathy, that means you have to put your feet on the other shoes so that you should understand where is the problem. So the empathy, that means you should place yourself in other place. So this is another life skill, because you should feel the troubles of the others are feeling. So empathy, that is important. Critical thinking, of course, they say that this is very important. So whatever data we are having, we have to analyze that, we have to understand that. Creative thinking, which I have already told that, okay, the creative understanding, that is also required. Every time you have to take this decision. So decision making is another important part. So how to take this decision. Different variables are available. Based on that, you have to decide. Sometimes you are going to take decision on a very trivial matter, and sometimes the major matters we are going to ignore. And that decision is very important, that the decision gives you an edge over the others. Problem solving, this is another skill. They say that it is about the life skill. So that should also be taught to the student, how to solve the problem, how to take the decision, what alternatives are important, and in what manner they will have to be considered. Then effective communication is another important feature which they are mentioning, that whatever you are understanding, whatever is your thinking, you should be able to communicate to the others. So this is another life skill. Then interpersonal relationship, very important part is there, because it starts from the family, it starts from the individual. So in our family, wife, husband are there, the interpersonal relationship that is coming from that side. Then children are there, parents are there, grandparents are there. So the interpersonal relationship in the society with the other people who are there. Coping with the stress. This is a very typical thing which we are finding. Every time we are having different type of stress. Some other person is trouble, we are under stress. This is also situation. How to cope with that? If you are going to consider that, okay, my stress is that I have to cope with that, but the stress is coming from the other side. So we should try to cope with or we should try to handle the stress of the other person. So that part is there. So coping with the stress at the individual level, in case of psychology and in case of organization behavior, coping with the stress and the reasons for that, and how to get rid of that. Many theories they have been developed. Many type of tools they have been developed for this particular purpose. So coping with stress is always there. Till the time the stress will be there. So this, how to deal with that we should know that part of it. Sometimes we find that, okay, for the purpose of this stress is there, they are going to the gym, okay, for half an hour, for 1 hour, they are going to play with the different instruments in the gym, and they find that, okay, some type of stress there. They are going to talk to the friends. So the stress that is going to be, they are going to talk to some other person whom he likes. So he is going to talk to them. So stress that can be relieved. Coping with the emotion, different type of emotions we are finding. And in case of these emotions, sometimes the negative thinking that is coming in our mind, and we have to handle that. So these emotions, they will have to be controlled sometimes. Many examples, they are available. So in case of this coping with the stress, coping with the emotion, I am reminded one very typical example. Maybe most of you may be knowing about that. Nelson Mandela, South Africa. He was in jail for 27 years. You can understand the agony, whatever he had to face. And he was given so many type of torture in the jail. That was also the story of the person. And one day he was freed from the jail and he became the president of South Africa. One day he was going for this in a restaurant, which is the people around him. And he could find that there was one person sitting on the other table. So when that person saw Nelson Mandela, he started shaking, sitting on the other table. Nelson Mandela called that person. And he said that, okay, take food with me. And he took food and he served food to him. And when he has finished his food, he left that. The people around him, Nelson Mandela, they asked him, who was this person? And you have given so much of respect to this person. And Nelson Mandela, we know that for his sympathy and forgiveness. We know that person for that. So he said that when I was in jail, he was the security person in that jail. Okay. And when I was feeling thirsty, I used to call for water. This fellow used to urinate on my face. When he saw me, he started to shake that maybe I will be punishing him and all that. So I wanted to forgive him. That's why I have called him. So now see, this is a coping with the emotion. You can understand the agony, whatever he has faced when he was in jail, the security person, the way he has treated him, and the emotion, whatever he was having when he could have seen that person. But he said that, no, I have to forgive him. Coping with the emotion. Many things, many examples we are finding. In case of this Abraham Lincoln case, when he was the first time when he became the president, and he was going to the podium to address the senators and all that. On the way when he was going, one person told him that, Mr. President, you know that your father was a cobbler. He used to prepare shoes for us. He was going for, he became president and he was going for that address. And in between, one person told him. And everybody started to laugh. He went to the podium and he started with this, that I know that my father was a cobbler. He was making shoes for you people. And I know that he was a very good shoemaker. That's why you people used to call him for making shoes. And if you are having any trouble with his shoes, I also know how to mend the shoes. You can call me also. I will be doing the job. And then after he started the discussion, and during that discussion, he said that I know that my father was a cobbler and he was the best cobbler of his time, and I will try to be the best president of my time. Coping with the emotion is like this. You can understand a person who is the president of that country, and one person is going to give this comment. And when he said about that, it was a complete silence in that particular meeting room. So coping with the emotion, we have to teach these. The WHO says about that. And whenever we are finding such type of agency is going to say something, it is based on the different type of researches, whatever we are having, whatever they are having. And then after they are going to say that, okay, these are the things which we have to consider. Okay, creative thinking, I am going to finish this because later I would not like to discuss because the time is short. In case of this creative thinking, I have talked about the teacher. His name was Pradeep N. Khandwala. So if those who are coming from commerce and management may be knowing his name. He has written that book, Fourth Eye. The fourth eye was of this creativity. He was taking workshop, and we were 17 people, all teachers. and he was taking this workshop, and it was a 5 days workshop because IAM is having 5 working days, so 5 days workshop, and it was the last day, 5th day, Friday, and before valedictory, there were so usually he used to ask different type of questions, and where different factors they used to be combined together. Then he said, in one example, which I still remember, and sometimes I give this to our participants also. He said that I am giving you three things for you, and you have to identify based on these 3 things. He said that it is sharp, firm, and fine. These are the 3 things. And the first word was sharp, firm, and fine. When the word comes sharp, then sharpness is basically we are thinking that, okay, it is the blade or it is the knife, it may be the dagger or it may be the sword. So sharpness is coming from that. So generally the first word sharp. So people used to think about that. But when you are thinking in these type of items, it may be knife or it may be blade but the softness is not there. Because it is sharp, so it is going to cut the things. So softness is now, we are not finding that. So we tried for that. There was one person who was a participant, Surya Narayana. He was sitting on the second bench. And he said, his reply was so typical. And his reply was, you can say that it was such a type of reply that everybody started to see towards him. It was sharp, firm, and soft, fine or soft. And the reply was Mahatma Gandhi. We started to see towards that person, Surya Narayana. And P.N. Khandwala, he started to clap. And he said that this is aha movement for me. Mahatma Gandhi was very sharp. He was firm in his decision. And he was very soft, whatever he used to say. So it is a person which he could identify with these different features. And this was the result of creativity workshop, which Pradeep Khandwala conducted during that period. And this was the reply which we could get at that time. So creativity, and he said that the creativity is it is directly related with the environment, whatever you are going to create. And he used to say that as a teacher, it is your job that you should create an environment in which the creativity that can be developed. As a teacher, we will have to consider that. So creative thinking. So where we are going to relate so many things together, and then we are going to, many things we are finding, and this creative thinking, creative understanding. I am giving you another example, very simple example. Most of us may be knowing the very old Urdu poet 600 years before, Amir Khusro. Chhap tilak sab chhin lina mujhe naina milai ke. This is one song which he has written, one poem he has written at that time. He was also very much known for the different type of, you can say, what we say about that, pahelis. So Amir Khusro ki paheli. I am giving you one simple example. 20 का सर काट लिया, न मारा न खून किया. You can reply. 20 का सर काट लिया, न मारा न खून किया. The answer is in this itself. It is
आवाज बहुत हल्की आई सर, फिर से पढ़ दिए.
फिर से पढ़ दें. 20 का सर काट दिया, न मारा न खून किया.
सर नाखून.
Nakhun. So it is coming in. So he has given it in the same. So nakhun is there because we are cutting, but we are not. We are not dying. Many examples is there. Many examples are there in that. So this is a creative thinking. Where the paheli you are finding things we are introducing to that. So this is a creative thinking which we are finding. So in case of this,
शफीक आया था मुलाकात करने हैदराबाद से.
Please mute this. I will take hardly 1 minute now. Please mute it.
आपका वहाँ रुका है साउथ में आपका
Please,
जो आ
please
रहा है
mute. Please mute your phone. Please mute. Please mute. Okay. So,
रफी साहब म्यूट कीजिए, आपके घर की बातें आ रही हैं सामने।
अच्छा चलिए. So this is the creative thinking. In this case, it may be some paheli you can say, okay, we are going to have that. The creative thinking in terms of relating one thing with the another, and then after we are going to get the result, we are going to have that. So this type of thinking, they will have to be developed. In case of this, whenever we are going to prepare the question paper for MBA competitive examination, MCQs are being prepared. Many factors we are going to have, and then after we are saying that, okay, which is the correct answer. Also, in case of that, when this MCQ that was prepared, the creative thinking and the faculty at that time, they were trained for preparing these MCQs, because the reasoning question they used to be very difficult, and the preparation of that reasoning question, that was also requiring too much of effort, so that the very, you can say, the groundbreaking work at that time that should be developed. So many people, they were trained, and in that case, the creativity, the thinking related to the creativity, that was ensured that the answer should be coming in that particular form. So in case of this, the life skill, whatever we are having, we will have to develop among our students these type of skills, so that in their own life, when they are going out of the university system or the college system, and they are going to face the world, they should understand these things, and they should face the world as a challenge sometimes, or with the wholehearted, you can say, happiness. They should face this world. So whatever skills, 21st century skills we are finding among the students, what skills are required from the teachers, what skills as an individual that is required at this stage, I have tried to make it in a small presentation. And any question which you would like to ask me, I would like to answer that, though the time has
थैंक यू
already.
सर बहुत अच्छा रहा सर
चलिए, thank you very much.
वेरी मच सर
Thank you so much,
बहुत
sir.
अच्छा
सर आपने
थैंक यू
Dear
सर
participants,
बहुत दिन बाद सुनने को मिला सर बहुत अच्छा रहा
मैंने आप लोगों की मोहब्बत है.
with due respect,
नहीं
Thank you.
Professor Khalid Azam,
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
sir,
Thank you,
with
sir.
due respect, I am giving vote of thanks to you on behalf of MMTTP, on behalf of Aligarh, on
थैंक यू वेरी
behalf
मच सर
of PC
Thank you, sir.
Azam Basim ma'am, and on behalf of our institution and on behalf of our participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening us. Thank you
Thank you, sir.
for a wonderful
Thank you very
lecture.
much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
खुदा हाफिज सर।
Thank you.
थैंक यू सर थैंक यू वेरी
Thank
मच
you.
सर थैंक
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
यू सर वेरी मच थैंक यू
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.